Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly. Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV's Point Predictor, the series where I predict 5 FPL players that I believe are guaranteed to score 4 points or more in the upcoming Fantasy Premier League game week. Before I start making predictions for game week 14, let's take a quick and painful look back at game week 13 selections, where quite simply, it went tits up. In my attempts to mix things up in game week 13, it's left me with just the one solitary correct prediction. To be fair, it could have been a lot worse, when Jesus started his game on the bench for Man City, but luckily he was able to spare my blushes, come off the bench and pick up an assist, much to my relief. A poor game week nonetheless, and it's important to note that I'm just an FPL addict and by no means an expert, which you probably already guessed by now. Luckily, with game week 14 just around the corner, starting tomorrow, it's an opportunity to quickly wipe the slate clean and try to improve things for the upcoming midweek fixtures. So let's get started. For game week 14's defensive option, I've selected Arsenal's Kolasinac. The stats are weighing heavily in favour of an Arsenal clean sheet against Huddersfield. Arsenal have a perfect home record so far this season, winning all 6 of their games, and they've only conceded 4 goals at the Emirates during that time. 3 of which all came way back in game week 1 in their opening fixture against Leicester. Their opponents Huddersfield, on the other hand, are without an away goal since their opening day victory against Crystal Palace, which is a significantly long time to not get an away goal, and clearly they're struggling on the road. For the budget midfielder, I've opted for this year's surprise package, Pascal Gross. In game week 13, he provided 0 assists, 0 goals, and was on the losing side. This didn't stop him, however, from picking up maximum bonus points, and therefore returning another 5 points over the weekend. This shows just how much of a bonus point magnet this guy is, and it means that it's his 6th point return in 7 game weeks, an extremely consistent option. It's difficult to avoid Pascal Gross in game week 14, as he's just so pivotal to this Brighton side, and he now faces Palace at home, who, despite their small upturn in form, are still yet to keep a clean sheet all season. For the premium midfield option, I'm going to take a slightly risky choice, and rather than choosing the obvious Mohamed Salah, I'm instead going to opt for his teammate Sadio Mane. As mentioned, Salah is the obvious choice here. He's in exceptional form, so I can't blame anyone backing him to continue this fine run against a leaky Stoke City. But arguably, Sadio Mane offers just as much goal threat, and having now been rested over the weekend fixture against Chelsea, I fancy him to come back fresh and potentially become an FPL option again. Stoke away can always be a potential banana skin for Liverpool, but regardless of the result, it shouldn't stop their attacking exploits, so you'd fancy them to get some goals here, especially with Stoke only keeping 2 clean sheets in 13 game weeks so far. For the budget forward option this week, well, with only one day to decide my point predictor, this one is a complete punt on my part. Callum Wilson plays a stubborn Burnley defence. Tammy Abraham is playing Chelsea and is therefore ineligible to play. I can't choose Glenn Murray for Brighton, as I've already picked his teammate Pascal Gross, and Everton's Oumar Niasse is suspended. Therefore, I've taken a complete gamble on West Ham's Andy Carroll. There's no real stats to back this one up, so I'll move on pretty swiftly, but Everton are simply shipping goals at the moment. I'm in no way suggesting that Carroll is a good long-term FPL option, but with both teams out of form, they're going to both have to win this game. And with David Moyes visiting his old side, there'll be some added spice to the fixture, and I fancy an entertaining game. Calvert-Lewin and Wayne Rooney were also considered for this category, but all 3 of them, to be fair, would have been complete guesses, so I've just rolled the dice for this choice, and hopefully it pays off. For the premium forward this week, I'm going to have to back Alvaro Morata to return some points at home to Swansea. I'm sure Morata will prove to be a very popular FPL option over the Christmas period, with a dramatic upturn in fixtures for Chelsea in the upcoming weeks. As well as 8 goals already for the season, he also boasts 4 assists, showing he's not just about goal scoring, and he's been linking up exceptionally well with his teammate Eden Hazard. With a very favourable looking fixture on paper at home to Swansea next, it just seems the sensible option to choose Morata this week. Swansea's defensive record away from home is surprisingly impressive, so that is one drawback from this choice, but that hasn't stopped Morata from being the most transferred in player for Game Week 14. And Chelsea have been in impressive form for the last 5 game weeks, so hopefully he can deliver. Man City's Aguero and Jesus are obviously good choices for this category too, but at least with Morata, you're not faced with that rotation headache. And that wraps up my point predictor picks for Game Week 14. I've not done too well in the past few weeks, so hopefully I can improve in this unpredictable set of midweek fixtures, and good job to a lot of you in the comments who have been taking part and making much better selections than I have over the past few weeks. Be sure not to forget that the deadline for Game Week 14 is this Tuesday evening at 6:45 PM, and good luck to you all for Game Week 14. I'll catch you all next time.